The honeybee. These are the world's natural pollinators. Up to 35% of crops benefit from the products of bees, such as strawberries and coffee. These plants could now suffer now that 30 to 90% of the colonies are dying. But besides this fact that we know about our little buddies, they all work together to fulfill one main goal, to serve the queen. So, you're probably wondering, how do bees become a queen? First, a larvae is chosen to become a queen from a queen cell. The cell is then filled with the royal jelly that the larvae eat. During day 3 of the jelly diet, worker bees choose a few larvae to continue feeding royal jelly while everyone else is switched to a less nutritious diet. As future queens gorge the food, the royal jelly triggers the formation of ovaries for reproduction. When the first queen emerges, she will search for other queens developing in their wax cells. If multiple queens come out at the same time, they will fight to the death till only one queen remains. When worker bees find out their queen has died or has been taken from them, they frantically choose a new one from the leftover queen cells to care for. In cases where they lose their queen and are reunited with her moments later, the worker bees join together in a process called fanning. This is where they stick their butts up in the air and fan their wings together in order to communicate that they've found the queen. There's no other animal that we know of where the male is derived from an unfertilized egg. Because of that, honeybees as a whole depend on the queen's genetic diversity, i.e. mating with up to 20 male drone bees in her lifetime. She gets about 10,000 sperm from each drone. When the queen is artificially inseminated, she is invariably inbred with only about 4 drones, setting them back since the drones only carry half the DNA the worker bees carry. When the queen has been artificially inseminated with her relatives, the sex allele of the male and female are more likely to match up. The queen will lay eggs to the worker bees and fertilize them because she wants them to be females, which the hive needs because females do all the foraging and all the work. The queen wants a lot of females, but since she's getting inbred DNA from the insemination, causing the sex alleles to match up too closely, the bees end up being duds, forming a fertilized male bee. However, the fertilized male bee is so dysfunctional that they cull the hive and eat the fertilized male before he hatches in a process called shot brood. When there's more than 20% of shot brood in a colony, the colony does not have the chance to make it. It won't have the needed amount of bees to guard the hive properly, to forage enough, or to heat the hive over the winter. The bee's life cycle is only 6 weeks. 1,000 bees are born a day during hive season, and 1,000 die a day also. So, when there are too many shot broods, there's not enough bees to make it through the winter. Nowadays, we're so dependent on these packages of inbred queens, but they keep dying as a result of this genetic limitation. It's a cycle. Now, the goal is to grow lots of open-mated wild queen colonies in order to spread genetic variation, strengthening the colonies. How do the worker bees support the queen bee?
Well, because the drones do not have the genetics of a father. They have 16 chromosomes. Each drone's offspring in a colony, there might be up to 20 drones who have offspring in a colony. Those offspring that are related to that father are super sisters, or 75% related. Humans are only 50% father and mother, but we believe that because they're super sisters, or 75% related, it creates an altruism and more of a more connected community within the colony.